Do you like playing tabletop games but can't be in the same place at the same time?
Yeah.
Luckily, there's Roll20. Roll20 is like
1, 2, 3. Can people hear me? Okay, no. Oh my god.
Do you like playing tabletop games but can't be in the same place at the same time?
Yeah.
Luckily, there's Roll20. Roll20 is like
Gods, I hope everything works. Like seriously, I do, because I'm freaking disaster. Gods, I hope everything works. Like seriously, I do, because I'm freaking disaster. Wait, what is that lag? Gods, I hope everything works. Like seriously, I do, because I'm freaking disaster. Wait, what is that lag? Gods, I hope everything works. Like seriously, I do, because I'm freaking disaster. Wait, what is that lag? Wait. Can y'all hear me? Gods, I hope everything works. Like seriously, I do, because I'm. Why is it on loop? What is happening? Wait. Wait, what is that lag? Okay, I am. Wait. Okay, so we're live. Can y'all hear me? Okay, okay, we're live. Wow. Okay. Oh my god, and the thing is not working. Oh. This is a great start already. And we're like a minute or two early, but hi. Hello, everybody. Okay, so like right next to me, that's where chat's supposed to be, but for some reason it ain't working, cause yeah, why not? And I had all this like fancy like border thing set up, and it doesn't want to work because there's the chat. Oh my god, the lag, it's so bad. Okay, okay, that actually looks pretty cool now. All right, I need to fix the background. I can barely read that. I'll probably do that later, but I'm glad things are kind of working. Um, but hi everybody, hello. Um, pleasure. Oh no, you don't. No, you don't. No, 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 no. Oh my god. Why am I a disaster? Yeah, I had an alarm set for 10 just in case I missed my own premiere. No. Live stream? Yeah. You can tell that this is the first time I'm doing this. Uh, but yeah, hi. Uh, hmm. I know I've done this before, but the fact that I'm doing this alone, kind of, is like nerve wracking. Like I can't read anymore. Like I'm illiterate now. Like oh my goodness. And I was supposed to have the questions out and everything, but you just have to go with the flow. Gotta go with the flow. Actually, I don't know how much of my desktop you guys can like hear. Hopefully, it's not too bad. And I am praying to God that my room stays somewhat quiet. All right, let's look at all these questions. Oh my god, that's 182 questions, guys. What the hell? All right, so okay, so to kind of like more or less tell you how this is gonna work, I'm going to start off with all the questions that I have here. There's obviously going to be some repeating ones, but I'll try my best to kind of like not answer the same, but if it has like some variation, then I'll still go with it. And after that, depending on how long the stream goes, because I don't plan to do this any longer than like about like 2-ish hours is probably the longest, because then after that, that's when the house gets like active. Um, but if so, I'll continue. If not, then we'll have to end it there. But hopefully we have fun and I don't screw anything up. Oh my god, this is really cool. Okay, I have to make sure I read chat because that's important. That's very important. All right, let's see if I can read again because I forgot how to. This is gonna be wonderful. Alrighty then, I'm probably just gonna be going with I guess the first one. What are we sorting this by? Top comment or let's do top comment. Why not? All right. First question has a set of 3 questions. Correction, 4 questions. All right. Question 1, because this is going to be a Q&A. You guys are going to be asking questions about me, blah, blah, blah. Okay, if you were stuck on an island, which character would you be with? Probably Sky. That kid can fly, so we'd get out of there by, like, the end of the day. Do any of your characters have greatest fears? If so, why? All of them do. All of them are traumatized in some way, shape, or form. I am a terrible person who has tortured all of his characters. No, yeah, so. Okay, who should I start with? Let's see. Okay, so. Actually, I don't know what Sky's greatest fear is. Maybe not seeing the sun before he dies, because like he misses that. Um, for Noah, it's losing Obi. For Obi, it's losing Noah. Technically me, but not really. Um, for Zeph, it's probably losing another close one. I think like most of the characters' fears is like losing people like they care about. No, yeah, yeah, with Sky, like it's um like imagine like you're a vampire and then like you can no longer see the sun ever, and then like you die without seeing the sun ever again. Like that sucks. Like I like the sun. The sun is nice when it's not burning you alive, of course. For Nova, uh, that woman is fearless. I don't know what she's scared of. I don't think she's scared of anything. Okay, maybe technically like Dying alone in space, I think technically that would probably be her fear, because that kind of sucks. I think those are for like my general, like, yeah, my general ones. Man, I really wish you can see like the chat over here because like on my side you can see it, but like in the actual like live thing you can't see chat, which sucks. Hmm. All right, for Timmy, probably losing like his new family. Again, losing close ones. Like it's a common. Oh, there's chat again. Why does it do that weird load? Like it loads up a whole bunch and then it disappears. I don't know. But yeah, for Timmy, losing all of his loved ones again. Because you guys are already up to date with that. Like, yeah, he lost a lot, and then he got a new family, and he's losing all of them again. Oh my god, we're terrible for that. All right, next question. Do any of your characters have any zodiac signs that match their personalities? Okay, I was actually thinking of doing that, but then I saw how much work it was to actually read all of like the bios and come up with like a technical like star alignment. No, sadly, I did not. I don't have any. Like, if I get lucky and put one of them with some kind of like matching ish, then I guess, but that's out of pure luck. Question number 4 for at least this set. How will the characters react if they saw the listener or anyone feel sad and alone? They will try to comfort said listener. That is the whole point of this. Uh, hmm. Well, yeah, this is kind of like the whole point of like the ASMR type of thing, like ASMR stories, because it's not ASMR anymore. Like it's just like storytelling. But yes, to comfort the listener, make them feel included, and safe and calm. And when you're freaking out, listen to something soft. I don't recommend listening to my videos to like calm down, because like in half of them there's like explosions and gunshots and people screaming and dying, like. It's why I don't put ASMR in like a majority of my videos, because in a lot of them, like, someone's getting shot. I'm sorry. All right. Question number 2. What is your favorite character to draw? And also, what is your favorite audio story series that you've done slash been doing thus far? And by the way, love your work and your oh, thank you. Okay, this is from. Okay, the last question was from All Makeup SFX. Okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna have a lot of trouble reading like some of the what's it called? The usernames, because like everything is clumped together and I can't read to save my life, like barely. Okay, back to the question. Okay, yeah, so favorite character to draw. Probably it's probably Zeph. Zeph and Seraphim now are some of my favorite characters to draw because they're pretty complex and I like complex characters to draw. Yeah. Favorite series or audios to work on? Uh, because of the challenge, surprisingly, it is Gator Boys. For my own personal enjoyment, it is my main series, Making a New Home, and the Heart. Those two are kind of like combined. So yeah, those are kind of my favorites. And hello again, everybody that are joining into said Q&A. We just started practically, so hello, hello. All right, next question. How would your characters react to being put in a haunted house? Also, where do you get the inspiration to? Oh wait, where do you draw inspiration from? Also, your work is awesome. I hope we're having a good day. Oh, thank you. Um, how would your characters react to be put in a haunted house? Okay, for starters, those ghosts better run because they ain't haunting them; they haunting you. Um, at least for like a lot of them. I like making my characters a badass. It's always so much fun. Um, I think there might be like one or two of them that are a little bit like on the scared side. Um, my bully character, which by the way, I I'm just realizing now that I haven't mentioned his name. His name is Ray. I wanted to keep it like really really simple. Um, but I haven't found a way to like throw it in there, so probably in a bit I'll find a way to mention his name somehow. But his name is Ray for our little bully character, which is my most somewhat ASMR character. I'm trying to keep that one nice and, nice. And not have, gunfire all over the place. There's still loud sounds, but at least, it's more like storms. But I'm so tempted to have just like an alien invasion happen in the background, guys. You have no idea. Okay. Where do I draw inspiration from? Everywhere. When people send me fan works, when I see other people's work, when I watch movies, when I go outside, when I look at my dog. I get inspiration from everywhere. That's how the mind works. All right, next question. How long does it usually take you to draw art and put up your videos? It's really detailed, and I really think it makes the audios feel more visual. Oh, and if you almost feel like you're sitting in there listening to you speak, of course, that's the point. To make it seem like you are being sent to said world. It's supposed to be very immersive. And thank you. I'm glad you guys believe so. Um, but yeah, it usually takes. I mean, okay, technically, I can like pull together an audio within a day if I stay in my room the entire day. Like a straight 12 hours of just work. I can finish an audio with art and everything. Will I kill myself in the process doing it? Yes. So to space things out, technically within 2 days is the more realistic like time frame if I was responsible, but I'm not. So it usually takes me almost a week to like do certain audios. Um, if it's just me recording, usually within like the day or two, I'm done. If it has a lot of artwork, usually takes 2 to 3 days. Um, if there's a lot of VAs involved, that all varies on how quickly they can get me their lines. Because a lot of these are close friends. It's usually on when they can do it, which is also why Gator Boys is taking so long because it's not like I'm hiring like a billion like professionals, and paid actors. This is like a group of friends that decided to get together and just have fun. So it's why, because I know a lot of you guys are wondering when the next episode of Gator Boys is. I also am wondering when the next episode of Gator Boys is. But it's just fitting everybody's schedule, making sure that we get good recordings and such. Um, because it's a lot. Like, I think we have like for the next episode like 6, 7 VAs in there. Like, it's nuts. Um, but it'll be fun when we start like collecting the lines again or anything like that. But again, life gets in the way. It's more important. I want to make sure everybody's healthy. But yeah, that's more or less the time frame on how long it takes for me to make the videos. All right. Next question: what programs do you use to create your art with? And which character is the easiest for you to draw, and which one's the most difficult? Hmm. Okay. Well, I use Clip Studio. Wait, Clip Studio? Yeah, Clip Studio Paint to do all my drawings and small animations. Believe it or not, everything here, except for the background, I'm not taking 100% credit for that, was made in Clip Studio. The microphone, I think a friend gave me this. Um, so I'm not that wasn't me. That one, this somebody gave me, which is really cool because you can kind of see through it. So like, and the closer I get to the microphone, the better you can hear me. Also, I'm sorry about my mic quality. It's probably like absolute garbage, but it's the best I can do for this setup. Um, but yeah, the framework, the character, everything was drawn in Clip Studio Paint and animated, or at least the frame was animated in Clip Studio Paint, and then the rig model, which I rigged myself, was in No, this is, what's it called? 2D Live is the program that I use for rigging the model. Um, the background is half mine and half AI, believe it or not. Um, I sometimes incorporate AI, but it's like AI art inside my work, but it's mostly like for the backgrounds when I have to like blur it out, when I need like something super specific and I can't find like a realistic picture online, and I'm just gonna be blurring it out and it's gonna be like insignificant. Like I would just like generate some whatever and just slap it in the background, blur it out, and then nobody cares. But like this thing, like I had to generate like 17 different ships and then hollow out the windows because there was because the thing is when you generate AI, like most of the time when it's like a free one that you're not paying for, like half the stuff looks like spaghetti. So like if I show you like the actual dashboards for all of the ships, it looks like somebody just slapped a bowl of spaghetti onto the dashboard and called it like it's so stupid. It looks so bad. The light panels, it looks like a 5-year old drew it. I had to cut out the windows and actually put starry backgrounds, make it look like it's an actual window, add the lighting, change the colors. So like I have to take some credit for like the background, I guess, because I had to do a lot of edits. Like originally the background was orange, so I had to change that as well. But that's life. The industry is that. But eh, even AI art can't really satisfy me. I'm sorry, man. Like it's cool, but eh. All right. Next question. Yeah, I think that's all the programs that I use, at least to make the stuff. And then for the audios, okay, I know a lot of audio engineers are gonna absolutely hate me for saying this out loud. Like I don't like admitting it, but I do use Audacity for my audio editing. Audacity is actually a free program. I recommend it for people starting off and have like no idea what they're doing when it comes to like audio stuff. It's pretty simple to use, and you get a general basis of like all like the tools and the stuff that you kind of start learning. After that, I recommend jumping over to something a bit more refined. I'm right now learning or trying to learn how to use Reaper, which is a really good program. It's really, really good. But I'm lazy and I don't know why I don't want to like sit down and like learn how to use it. But yeah. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Next question. This one looks a little bit funny. Okay, this one's similar to some of the other questions. Like, okay, so, I wonder as an artist myself, which original character of yours was the most fun to design, or which character was the most difficult to design throughout the process? Um, okay, the most fun again probably was Zeph and Seraphim because I grabbed like the smallest, most adorable little fish that I can find, like little tropical fish, and then turned them into like giant merfolk. Like that was super fun. I love like complex characters. Um, like the more complicated they are in design wise, usually the more fun it is. I love messing with colors. Like it's a lot of fun. Um, but yeah, and then the most difficult again was. I mean, actually, they weren't that difficult. It's drawing them again. That's what's hard. Like you can draw them once and they're like beautiful, but now draw it again and again and again and again and again and again. Um, if anybody knows that reference, I'm I'll send you a kiss. But yeah, usually drawing them again is usually the hardest part. Da, 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 da. Next question. What is inspiration for your original series, Making a New Home? Last minute, uh, trying to come up a backstory for this character, because in all honesty, like, originally this was supposed to be like a, what's it called? Like a slice of life with like assassins, but then it took a weird turn and went in a whole bunch of like different directions. I tried splitting the story in two, which in all honesty I shouldn't have, which is why we have the heart as well. Um, but that was like a convoluted mess. Like I'm still trying to figure out how to like make sure everything makes sense, but cover like all the bases of this personification's backstory, Obi, which is me, but not me at the same time. Um, but yeah, like I was because back in the day, this is obviously before I did any YouTube stuff. I was really into like fantasy, but I was very like iffy about sci-fi. I was nervous to conquer it. Because I didn't know how to draw a lot of sci-fi stuff. So I'm like, okay, so let's try to start this series to learn how to draw sci-fi stuff. And then it turned into this, and now I'm freaking out like because like again, it's like a medium slash concept that I'm still learning how to work with. Um, so as I progress in the story, at the same time, I'm also practicing how to actually draw certain things. Like believe it or not, I suck at drawing guns. It takes me hours. And robots. Robots are hard. Um but yeah, the inspiration for the series it was all over a place. Like it was just like slice of life assassins and then all of a sudden it turned to this. Like I don't know. All right. Question number two. At least with this part, because there's one, two. There's 7 questions in this one. What the? Jeez, is that cheating? Whatever. Okay. How do you make such tragic and yet badass backstories for Noah and Obi? And Nova and Veldrin? My 4 babies. My 4 babies. Um, I think anybody can create like a tragic backstory. You know, just slap in some death and you're set. Everybody loves drama. I watched a lot of drama series growing up, especially novellas. My mother watching nothing but novellas. I got a lot of inspiration from that, believe it or not. Um, and covering like the basic tropes for for stumps, for stuff. Oh no, I forgot to turn off the AC. Okay, you guys might hear a little bit more white noise in the background. I am sorry. I love it when my eyes dance around like that. Like, okay, a heads up, with this model, it's still in the works. Like, yeah, it looks pretty complete, you know, you got all like, the jiggle physics stuff, you got the fancy glasses. It is still in the works. I am figuring stuff out with this thing. Like, this is test model slash my model. This is OB what 3.0, so there was 2 other disasters after I got to this one. I finally fixed like this ear clipping because my earrings would end up like phasing back and forth from my ears and like disappearing. It's insane. Um, but yeah, like I guess the backstories they didn't come right away. Like I did not have them 100% planned. I knew that Vildren was gonna have some trauma while growing up because of Tophus. He was a terrible person. He viewed everything as a product that you can purchase and throw away. Everything and everyone is disposable. And when you have that type of so-called figure growing up, yeah, you don't want to be around that anymore. For Noah, it's more of like trust issues with the rest of the world, and then trying to keep like the one person that he believes in safe. Um, and that's I was thinking I'm like, okay, what if like those two, in this case with this character, my character Obi, what if those two had like an actual fight, and then that's what traumatized them really, like compared to like all of the years of killing, like that's what fucked them up. Because again, they're kind of like the only two that they know of like that are left of like their clutch when they were like abducted from off world. So it's like meeting like the only like other person and like your best friend, like childhood friend, and then all of a sudden like you two duel it out and you find out that like that's your best friend that you almost killed. Yeah, that kind of screws you up. So I'm like, that's some good trauma. Let me throw that in there. Put a little pepper, little cayenne, and then just throw like a Carolina Reaper in there. Just have some fun with it. Everybody loves the pain. With Nova, I wanted to do like the whole, enemies to lover thing, so I'm just like, I need some trauma in there. It's like, what if Veldrin almost killed Samira? Like, playing the same role with, like, Noah and Owie, but just like a different turn. Like it's like they're not friends, but they actually want to kill each other. They don't trust each other. Like they had some like lovey-dovey stuff in like the background, you know, and then all of a sudden that happens, and they're just like, I don't trust you anymore. So yeah, like that one I got from novellas for sure. How long have you been drawing digitally? Since I was uh like maybe 16, 17, and I'm in my like mid 20s, so like a good duration of the time. But I took it seriously after like 18, 19. That's when I started taking it seriously. Um, is it easier coming up with characters, or is it easier coming up with characters or their designs? I feel like that question is incomplete. I guess coming up with a character first and then their designs, if that's how you were phrasing the question. So I like to create the character first, their personality on the stuff, and then that it kind of like structures their design more or less, because you want their the characters to kind of reflect their personality a bit. Like usually, like when I take in commissions, I ask, hey, give me a bit of a like a little bit of a backstory, you know, some personality, because that reflects more or less how I'm drawing the person, how they stand, how they talk, their facial structure, how their hair is gonna sit. Like at least when it comes to characters, like at least character design and concept, you want to be able to like read the person based off how they look, because visually that's kind of what you get, especially in like this animated 2D, 3D world. A lot of type concepts are usually based off that. Like you can tell a person's personality based off what they look, or you want to assume said personality based off their look, because they can be complete opposites. Like that's totally fine, but usually I try to get that. Who's your most favorite character from any of your series? Literally any of them. I love all of them. Like they're all my babies. All of them are my babies. I love all of them, no matter what. No matter how cringy one of or two of them may be, I love all of them. I'm not choosing favorites. Will we hear Noah's backstory? I know that Obi and him had a shared past, but I'm talking from his POV of certain events. Yes, you will. Um, it's going to be coming up a little bit later though, because um, with some of the current drama that's happening now, it's still a lot of secrets. Like, because Obi technically knows like a bit of his like past, and it's understandable. Like with so many missions, like why tell all of them? But there's going to be one or two stories that he's going to mention later in the story. That way you can get a bit of his backstory, because all his life he's worked for like only one person, and it's only recently that he faked his death, technically, um, to be kind of free. All right. Out of the seven, okay, this is number six. Wait, that's backstory. Oh no, wait, yeah. How would the sequel? How would the squad react to a hug from listener? Oh my god, hugging Veldrin. I don't recommend hugging Veldrin. That might not be a good idea. I don't recommend it. At least not now. He's not that sweet. Um, he's pretty cold. Severa, it depends. If you're not a threat, maybe, maybe. Um, Obi, yes, you can probably get a hug from me. I can't guarantee that I won't stab, but you know, safety precautions. Noah, you can hug him, but he's not gonna move. Um, yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, believe it or not, Noah is he's a marshmallow on the inside, like stone wall on the outside, like impenetrable shield of just like straightforwardness. Inside, soft as a bunny. All right, next set of questions, and it's also like a set of six. What is like I expected a lot of questions, but like I saw there was like 180 something, and then I'm like, okay, so each one is one question, right? No, There's like subcategories of like each one. Okay, okay, this is fine. This is totally fine. Don't worry, I'm not gonna stab you guys. I love you all. It's. I'm just gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold the knife. Don't worry. Nothing's gonna happen. It's not that sharp. Okay. Question number one of set of six. Uh. Okay, this is a Gator Boy related question. You guys are Gator Boys, I swear. Okay, what is the Gator's first impression of Bug? Okay, I think that's kind of self-explanatory though. Like, yeah, Timmy's kind of like trusting, but at the same time, a bit of a distance. I don't know too much about like now, especially after what happened. Um, Bodhi, it's like he's gonna be lovable. Just don't hurt his family. But yeah, all of them are going to be a bit distant, like in that type of world. Any half blood is going to be like a little bit like ooh, inhuman. Okay. And how do they see Bug now? Well, before the incident, like a good friend and family member, like a little sibling, etc. Yeah, pretty much. They're kind of like friends. Um, at least at the moment, like it's kind of like a friend situation. I can't say much about Timmy right now, though. Okay, because I have to keep some stuff about Gator Boys a little bit on the down low, because I don't want to spoil it. That like next episode's gonna be crazy. All right. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna avoid some of the Gator Boy questions because it is. I know you guys are excited, for that next episode, but again, like I have to keep them a little bit on the downside. How long have you been creating? You're making a new home series. 2001 was when technically I started this series. So, yeah, like a 2-ish years, kind of. But yeah. Oh goodness. Okay, wait. Okay, I'm gonna try to take a sip of coffee. How's that gonna look? Okay, it was not that bad. Okay, I thought the character was gonna glitch more, because like the model has really weird mouth movements, that I need to try to figure out. Because like the hardest thing about rigging this entire thing, the thing that I hate the most, is the mouth rigging. I hate it. It always comes out so wonky. I can never get it right. I don't know how some people do it. Like, ugh. Uh, okay, that one question has been answered. Since what age have you been drawing? Ever since I can pick up like a crayon or a pen and scribble on paper, like infant. Like I've been drawing all my life. Taking it seriously, that's when I got in high school is when I took it seriously, because I actually went to an art school, art high school kind of. So I'm just like, okay, I have to take this seriously now. This is an actual profession. I can't screw up. This is all I know how to do. All right, next question. Oh my god, I need to keep up with chat. I have a bad habit of like not keeping up with it. And I'm looking at like the live, like yeah, at the live recording, and I see like the chat like dissipate, like it'll disappear completely, and then all of a sudden you would get like a of just like people. It's like it's trying to catch up. It's getting there. All right, next question. If you could work with an ASM artist that you have never worked with before, who would it be? Also, hope you're having a nice day. Oh, thank you. Hope you guys are having a nice day too. In all honesty, I have no idea. I know a couple, but like it's because when I do have like another ASM artist kind of join in, it's usually because I want them to fulfill a certain role. Like they have the voice that matches the character that I'm looking for. So I can never say that there's a specific one that I really want to work with, because again, I can find someone who's like, oh my god, I wish I like I want to work with them. But at the same time, I don't want to give them a role just because they're famous. I want to give them a role because I know they're gonna like make the part and really like bring the character alive. Like that's why I would hire like a certain person, or I would ask a certain person to like play certain parts. Especially now that I'm like a little bit more integrated into like the community and everything. Like I'm looking for people who can play the role right, if possible. So I can't say I have a specific person that I really want to work with, because again, like I don't want to just throw them in because oh, they're my favorite. No, I'm bringing you in here because I know you can play this part, and it's gonna sound awesome. All right. Next question. I love how this one framed it. It's like, yes, finally. Okay. What made you want to pursue storytelling and drawing? It's one thing that I love doing. I sucked at my most of like my academic stuff, and I loved to draw and tell stories. Just heads in the clouds when I was a kid. So when I realized that I can put that on paper, I'm just like, oh, cool, I can tell my stories that way. And then a whole bunch of new mediums started popping up, the digital word age and the audio stories, which is very new to me. Well, not. I've known audio stories, but never like this. Like with sound effects and everything. I wish audiobooks like were like this. Like imagine, like, because reading as a kid, it's super boring sometimes. Like not everybody can pick up a book and just dive in. Like I wish I could do that. But imagine audio stories were like this. You had characters actually voicing it. You had sound effects in the background. You were almost included within the story. It literally just submerged you in there. Like I wish audiobooks were like this, man. Like but yeah, it would be cool. Um okay, what was the rest of the question? What is your favorite place to visit? And what is your go-to snack and drink? Okay, favorite place to visit. I guess my home country is nice to visit. Like I wouldn't stay there 100%. Mainly because I'm so used to kind of like the states. But Dominican Republic, really nice to visit. Like I recommend it. Like you want a vacation, a nice vacation, go to Punta Cana. That place is beautiful. It is peaceful. It is nice. Like it's hot, but like you have a cold breeze. You have trees like all over the place. It is beautiful. The water is so clean. Don't drink the well water though. Don't do that. But yeah, it's really nice. Um, my favorite go-to snack and drink. Okay, a muffin and coffee. Like that's like my go-to snack. If I can have that every so often, like a muffin, like a banana, banana, a banana nut muffin, or chocolate chip. Chocolate chip is good. Also, blueberry is nice. Any muffin, any muffin and coffee. I'll be happy. Okay, next question. Um, okay, that was already answered. Uh, would I do an Incubus audio? Hmm. I mean, okay. If you guys have seen like the wheel that I use, that I spin on occasion to see what audio I would do next, because sometimes I just spin it for like as random. I would put random topics in there, like simple tropes. Incubus is one of them. Would I? In all honesty, like I'm dreading that one. Like technically, yes, I would. But I am nervous because I've never done like a super sexualized character before. At least like personified one. Um, or had a personification. How would you word that? Like, yeah, personify a. Okay, I'm not the best at being sexy. Okay, like I can draw sexy, but I can't. Acting sexy is different. That I have to give props to people who can just like full blown, just like yeah. I'm. Hmm. Okay. Chat has a little bit of latency, so I'm only now seeing the banana thing. And Noah's favorite color? It's blue. What do you expect? Actually, no, his favorite color is red. Um, he just has a lot of blue because it matches better. Okay. But yeah, there will be an Incubus audio. I just needed the wheel just needed to land on it, and then I just have to be ready. Um, and pray to God that YouTube doesn't demonetize me, because damn, they're getting strict nowadays, man. Ooh. Would you bring your werewolf boy Conrad back? Yes. The only reason why that one's taking a little bit longer is because the VA who plays his brother, which is a very, very important role in that series, is kind of dealing with life right now. Because like when you're moving, your audio setup and everything, like the people around you, family, he has a lot of family right now. Um, like when you're recording your lines, you don't want like like people over here just like screaming, kids running around in the background, your aunt going, ah, and then your mom like, ah, and then like your dad going, and then your grandpa going, and just like, you don't want that in the background while you're trying to be serious. Similar situation with like why my stream is so early. Like I would have done it a little bit later in the day, but because later in the afternoon is when my house gets really active. The mornings is the best time for me to record. Surprisingly. Like at night, I have to stay super hush because if my parents find out that I'm being loud, they will come in with said chancleta and I would lose a finger. I don't want that. Nobody wants that. But yeah, so once like, at least on his side, when things start calming down, if anything, I actually should send him a message now to see how he's doing, because like I haven't talked to him in a bit. Good guy. But yeah, he will be back. Next question. What was your inspiration for most of your character designs? Your work is so cool. Love you. What do you? I can't read. Love your stuff. Thank you so much. Inspiration for my merfolk, it was tropical fish. The tiniest, most adorable, most colorful, like little things. That's my inspiration for my big my big mer boys. For Gator Boys, obviously it was Siren Sun's Altera series. It was originally a joke, and then it turned into a full-blown series that you all love, which I'm so happy. Day, Mage, everybody who is part of that. Siren, thank you so much for letting us do that series. Like, thank you so much. But yeah, they were inspired by Gators. My character, actually, okay, I did read the questions ahead of time. There is a question about the inspiration for this character. I'll leave that for later when I reach it. That's a surprise. For Noah, it's based off the original Obi character. Same thing with Severa. Veldrin was based off kind of like a fire demon character, but more assassin based. My bully was based off like because like when I was younger and I wanted to go through like I wish I could have gone through like a proper rock phase. I never got to. Like that's the color I would have dyed my hair. Like I would have totally had like that side mohawk and everything. I would love to have a build like that, but I'm a freaking stick. I'm so lazy. I need to go to the gym. But yeah, like I wish. Um, with my vampire one, I wanted to kind of like jump outside like the more niche realm of vampires, because a lot of time you see them with super pale skin, you see them with like just like beaming red eyes and black hair or white hair. It's either one or the other. They either are black hair, like jet black hair, raven hair, or white hair. And I'm just like, what if he was like a redhead, a little carrot top with like freckles? Like, yeah, he's still pale because like he's a little bit like he was Scottish. So I'm like, yeah, Scottish vampire. Like, what would that look like? And I did him, and you guys love him, and so do I. A little freckled vampire. So that was just me wanting to like do Scottish vampire. I'm just like, I wonder, would that work? It worked. But yeah, more or less. Yeah. Next question. I got lost in my questions. Is there anything special? Did the font get smaller? I can't read. Okay, here we go. Okay, my question is, do you allow fan art or fan animatics of your OCs? Also, can you spoil anything in the future for Noah and Obi? Oh. Hmm. Okay. I wonder. Okay, so yes, to answer the first question, I do accept fan art and fan animatics. My email is at the in my. Where do I have my email? Do I have it on my YouTube? Well, I mean, I think I have it on my YouTube. If not, then I'll probably link it there or link it on the next what's it called? Yeah, I'll probably link it on my next update or anything, or I'll probably put it in my YouTube bio. I know that on some of my accounts, and my commission sheet, I do have my email there. It is my commission email, but at the same time, you can send me fan works, fan animatics, and all this stuff. I don't mind. Um, that's actually really nice. I have already received like some fan works, and it's pretty like I'm so happy when like that like when I receive fan work. Believe it or not, like and any creator receiving fan work would be super stoked. I'm super stoked. I love it. It's so nice. It warms up my heart, my day. It makes me so happy. Um, as so yeah, you can send it to me there. And who knows, maybe I'll like compile all of them and just like do like a small little like video or like a YouTube short of just like all of the fan work that I received like throughout this year. Yeah, I might do that. That'd be nice. And spoilers for Noah and Obi. Hmm. Oh man, that's a tough one. Can I? Huh. I mean, okay. The only thing I guess I can spoil is they're getting an update to their suits. They're gonna get new equipment soon. Like within like I think 2 or 3 audios. I'm probably gonna be posting some designs for their new outfits. Some new suits, something that matches a little bit better because they're using their older ones. Um, Obi has his, and then Noah still uses his old uniform when he worked with Scarlet. Um, it used to be like all red, but it changes colors based off like the biome. But it usually keeps it blue. Obi has his more combat gear that looks similar to like Earth's combat stuff, but that's actually like has its own backstory, like why his armor looks like that. But yeah, they're going to be getting new suits. Same thing with Severe and Beltran. They're also getting new suits. Um, so I think that's the only spoilers that I can say. That and uh, story wise, okay, I you need something better than that. Like, hmm, damn, what's a good one? Hmm. Man, I can't think of anything because like a lot of the stuff like if I say something like it's gonna spoil like a lot, and I don't like spoiling that like my main story. Hmm. Oh, God damn. I'll think of something, but for now I'm gonna have to sadly keep things hush. All right, and then there's a question under Nat. Under Nat. English doesn't work half the time. No. All right. Second question. Um, I just realized that I have one more question, if that's all right. In your 2022 recap, you mentioned that Obi is a self-insert. So, what was your inspiration for designing Noah? Okay, so that's kind of like the question for But yeah, Noe? God, what is happening to my English? Okay, Noah is based off Obi, at least Obi's main design. Uh, and but yeah, so it's kind of self-explanatory. It's just Obi, just blue and beefier. Okay. How do you think Zeph and Sky would interact, and would they become best friends or not? They would become the bestest of friends. Like, yes, there might be some conflict in the beginning, but those two would totally be friends. Believe it or not, they're actually in the same universe. All my fantasy characters, at least in the real world, they're all kind of uh, coexisting on Earth. Because at least Earth in this reality of mine, all those fantasy characters of like merfolk, vampires, werewolves, they all kind of live in the same universe. They're hiding obviously in plain sight, but there's some rumors that yeah, magical creatures exist. There's companies that want to find them and stuff, hunters and all that stuff. There's news of supposedly suspicious things happening around the world. The supernatural is mm, like it's hidden. It's like the government is trying to hide it as much as possible, but it is there. Um, but yeah, they would totally become best friends. Um, but yeah. Next question. Uh, what is your biggest inspiration for Obi and Noah and the world surrounding them? I feel like a lot of these questions are like similar when it comes to Obi and Noah, but like inspiration wise, again, it was supposed to be like, a slice of life, but then it turned into this. Inspiration came from everywhere and kind of tackling like a lot of the tropes of like sci-fi worlds, but then just kind of like spanning out into like my own drama series. But yeah. Oh, and what they said is so nice too. Do you know how wonderful your stories are? Making a New Home has become my favorite series to binge on your channel. People probably already asked this one, but yeah, Bulbous brings inspiration for Obi and Noah. Thank you so much. I'm so happy you like the series. Like in all honesty, like I wish it was a bit more organized, but I'm glad you guys are liking it. Okay, next question. What is your favorite story to make, or what character did you have the most fun creating? Okay, my favorite story to make after I got like my bearings together, is making a new home. That one was really fun. Um, Working together with M Day and now Mage on Gator Boys, that one also was a lot of fun. Um, so that'll be second. After that would probably be surprising enough, I did have a lot of fun writing the werewolf series, because at least in that one there's actually a lot of like story that's gonna be revealed soon, hopefully. Um, Sky and the Bully series are kind of like pretty chill. Like there's not too much drama happening just yet. But yeah, those are kind of like my favorite ones to write, and like the most fun I've had like kind of creating. Next question. Where does your motivation to draw come from? My happiness. If I'm happy, I draw. If I'm depressed, I don't draw. Now, like those artists sometimes that like, oh yeah, the more depressed I am, the more beautiful and deep my art is. No, I don't work like that. Like if I'm happy, I draw. I draw good. If I am sad and depressed, I don't draw good. I draw like butt. Like it's my happiness determines how well I draw. So the more happy and positive I am, the more I draw. Which is why there's moments where like you don't see an update for like a little bit because I'm just a little bit sad. But don't worry, I'm fine. I've been drawing a bit more. I've been a little bit more happy, which is good. New things to come in the future. Got any pets? Yes, I do. I do have a pet. His name is Hershey. And he on occasion disrupts my audios, and I'm praying to God that he doesn't disrupt live stream because I don't have a push to talk button here, and I don't like messing with the settings on this type of stuff. So hopefully he just stays sleeping. He's like right next to me, right there. He's being a good boy right now. But yes, we all love the Hirsch. Favorite movie of all time? I mean, okay, as a kid and still now, um, I do love the Lord of the Rings series. I still do. I watch it on occasion. I don't watch it like a crazy obsessed, like Lord of the Rings fan. But I do love the Lord of the Rings series. It's and the Hobbit. It's just all of it. I loved it as a kid. Favorite food that you think everyone should try? A sandwich. Make yourself a sandwich. Eat a sandwich. Sandwiches are amazing. I love sandwiches. All types of sandwiches. Sandwiches. Okay. Favorite song slash type of music, if you have one. Oh, that's a mood thing, man. Like a lot of people say have like there's no such thing as a person being like, oh, this is my favorite song, because then after a while of listening to it, you get sick of it, and after like a year or two is when you go back to listening to it again. Like, yeah, like sometimes I like rock, a lot. Sometimes I like EDM. Sometimes I'm in that rap type of thing. Sometimes I like just heavy metal or some jazz and stuff. It's all based on the mood. Um, Next question. When did you start drawing the main four? When I had a general idea of kind of this series, I guess. Um, Once I knew that those were going to be my main four characters for this series, is kind of like when I solidified them. Next question is, do I play any instruments? Technically, yes, and technically, no. When I was younger, I used to play the piano a lot, but then my music teacher told me that I couldn't become a good pianist because I couldn't read the notes, and I became very depressed, and I didn't want to touch a piano ever again. Like I still like every so often when I see a piano in the store, I would go and be like da 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 da. But I don't really know how to play the piano how you used to when I was like younger, because I would always play by ear because again I couldn't really read the notes. A heads up, I have dyslexia, bad dyslexia, and when I was younger, I had terrible dyslexia. It was so bad. Oh, it was so bad. Like it's gotten better over the years. I can read for a longer period of time, but when I was younger, it was so bad. Those notes, they were dancing. That looked like a scene from like Fantasia or something like that, man. Like, uh, uh, so a lot of the times I would learn the song by ear. I would start playing the notes, and when I hear a note that sound the same, I would continue the melody, and then from there I would just memorize the song. And then over time, I would listen to the song, and then I would play said song. So that's how I memorized most music. But my teacher didn't like the fact that I couldn't read the notes. Um, and I told her I just had trouble reading them. I like it's hard, and then she just kept like telling me that I was going to be a terrible pianist because I couldn't read the notes, um, and that made me very sad. And then I left the class, and yeah. And then I learned about this guy like on TV who was blind and had no arms and was playing the piano with his feet. And you're telling me that I can't become a pianist because I can't read the notes? This man can't see and he had no arms. And he was amazing. And he could sing. He was singing and playing the piano with his feet. Like, really? Really, lady? You're gonna do this to me? Especially and then I saw that. Like I wish I could have showed her that video when I was younger. Oh my god, I got so pissed. Because I'm thinking that, yeah, I can't do anything because I can't read. And then I see this man who can barely function and is still doing, like, the thing he loves. Ugh. Like, when your teacher says, no, you can't do it because you're not doing it the right way, screw them. Do it your way. Become a master of your craft if you have to. Because, like, God. Man, that pissed me off so much. Okay, anyways, back to the Q&A. Oh my god. Is that what I... Wait a minute. Okay, I said I know... Okay, I said that I wasn't going to, like, mention names, but there's this one person where their profile picture is quite literally the first, like, it's a snapshot of my first ever audio that I ever, like, the first video, the first thing I ever posted on YouTube on this account is the first video of the first image of me going, or I don't even know, I can't even make that sound, like I was like snorting or something. And that is the image that he has. Oh my god. Like, the video is literally like, I think like 5 seconds long, and it's just me saying, "Hi, I'm Obsidian Lantern, and I like to draw," and then hitting a pole. And that was my intro video for like the longest time. Um, and that is his profile image. Or her image, or their image. Who knows? I don't know anymore. Just identify people by name anymore. Don't go by gender. That's too confusing. There's too many nowadays. I lost, but okay. I don't mean anything against like the LGBTQ plus community, but when I looked at like, okay, what does the plus mean? And I'm like, oh yeah, it means more. I'm like, okay, so what is the rest? And when I saw the rest of like the abbreviation for the LGBT, the blah, 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 oh my god, I remember when it was just LGB. I remember back then when it was just that. Then it was just LGBT, and then LGBTQ, and then LGBTQ plus, and I'm like, okay, so the plus means that there's more, but they're obviously not gonna like make it longer. And then like I heard that there was like a new longer way, and then they put the plus in the back, and then I saw that there was a number in there, and I'm like, what does the number stand for? Why is there a number in this abbreviation of letters? And just like, why do we gotta complicate stuff like this, man? Why are we complicating it like this? Just put all. Just put all. That would make things so much easier. I mean nothing against it. Like, I understand why there's like each letter has its own identification, but again, why is it so long? I think it's like LGBTQA AI2S something. I don't. Anyways, moving on. um, Next question. I hope I don't get in trouble for that. I'm sorry. This is a personal opinion, man. Like, yeah, I support. I'm an ally, but at the same time, guys gotta simplify stuff, man. God. Okay. Which character do you put most of yourself into? Obviously, it's Obi. However, they think it's Timmy. Timmy is another half of me that I put myself into. I'm not an actual like I have like I can come up with a southern accent and all that stuff, but technically, like, yeah, it's a bit of me, but my more childish side. If I was much more open about myself, that would be Timmy. But technically, this character is what I put my most of myself in. Maybe not the background and the backstory. That's not me. but but yeah. Next question. How do you feel about newcomers on your channel? If someone starts making fun of them and offending them, will you defend them? Okay, first of all, why is somebody picking on you? Like, you just come in, you had to have said something to, like, tick somebody else off. Because, like, most people, they don't just be like, oh, I hate you because you said hi to Obsidian Lantern. No, people don't work like that. They need something to work off of. Like, you said something to piss them off. Now, note, I would be like, hey, don't fight over here. Okay, no, correction. I would totally watch that fight. I am such a terrible person when it comes to, like, dealing with situations and people's, like when people are arguing and fighting and I have no idea who they are, I kind of sit there and watch and try to analyze like what the hell is going on before I butt in and be like, no, don't do that. Where in reality, I'm just like, oh, I bet the other guy's gonna win. Like, who has a better comeback? No, but in all honesty, if people are like beating on somebody who like said hi or there might have been a miscommunication, then like, yeah, I'm gonna try to back them up. But I do need to know like both sides of the story because, again, there is no reason why some rando would be like, ugh, how dare you say that you like his stuff? You're not appreciating him, or you're hating on him, or like, oh, why don't you just say that his stuff sucks? Because sometimes I also like just tell myself that I'm not good at something. I don't know, like something random. Like most of the time, you don't see many hate comments, which is nice. Um, but yeah, like I doubt like some random stuff would stir up. But in all honesty, I would kind of watch. I'm that person that sits there with their drink and watches the fight. Like, when are you guys gonna be clawing your eyeballs out? Like, I want to see that. I want to see the police get involved. I'm terrible. Okay, next question. Are you planning on maybe showing your drawing process again, either in a more speed paintings or maybe in a live stream? Okay. Believe it or not, I actually built this character so that I can do said speed paints. Well, not speed paints, but do like a draw with me and have like a little character model on the side, as said personification. Also, I was really curious about the VTuber community and like the rigs, because I'm just like, that is really cool. I want one. And then I saw how much they cost, and I'm like, never mind. I'm gonna learn how to make one, because I'm that one. Yeah, I'm that person that has no money. Like, if I can't buy it, then I'll try to make it. I think it worked out pretty well. Yeah. Nom, 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 nom. Coffee. Okay. Uh, but yeah, who knows? Maybe I might. Like, once the house situation settles down a bit, I'll probably do like a stream or two where like I just kind of like pick up the pencil and start drawing. Um, the thing is that the sketching process is like that personal time where like I really like I hyper focus on what I'm doing so I can get it done faster. Because the sketching process is what takes the longest. The line art, the coloring, and everything, the finalization, all the lighting, that actually goes by pretty fast. The sketching takes forever. Um, so it's why I've been a little bit iffy on like doing a stream where I'm drawing. Maybe I might do like a speed paint or two. I used to do them, but they didn't get as many views. So like I didn't do them as often anymore. But I might do some shorts where I do like a really quick like run through like a speed paint of like my process. Might do one like soon too. All right. And with or without VTuber model, you use your recaps. Oh no, I'm just reading the rest of the question. But yeah. Yeah, who knows? Maybe I might actually do a little live stream doodle with me. All right, next question. I am curious, will we get a series with Noah interacting with us as the listener, or just him loving Obi? The same question can be asked about Obi. I love them both so much. Oh, I love them too. Actually, yeah, I am planning on doing a small like side series on where the listener is with Obi, going on a mission or something's happening. Same thing with Noah. Or actually, I was thinking of having like a like kind of like a raffle, not a raffle. What's that thing called when you like have a whole bunch of things where like, oh my god, like so you guys would pretty much choose which character you would like to have an interaction with. So it'd be listener and then one of the four. So it would be Veldrin, Severa, Obi, or Noah. I was thinking of doing all four, but then I realized that maybe just one of them is easier. But also realizing that I don't know if Severa would want to be like with the listener. Because she's like, okay, you're good, you're right, you're done. And then just dips. Veldrin would want nothing to do with you. He's that guy. Well, maybe if he had like a mission, but he'd be very quiet. He's really cold. Or scary, depends. Obi and Noah, they have more missions where like they have to rescue a person and then bring them back alive. So yeah, you probably have one with Noe Nova. I can't say too much about Severa though. And Veldrin. Yeah, those two are scary. But yeah, they'll probably be one for sure. Next question. Okay, I don't know if it's gonna get... Wait, what does that say? I'm getting closer to the screen so I can read. Okay. Are you perhaps maybe planning on getting more artists slash voice actors slash writers on your team? Either so, and I also have a tendency to traumatize my own characters beyond what reason. I do think, yeah, I think we all like traumatizing our characters. I don't know what's wrong with us. Some weird sadistic side of like artistic brains. It's just like I have to torture my character and have the most tragic backstory in order for them to be perfect. Um, but yeah, I mean, artists, I usually draw everything unless I'm doing a collaboration with a whole bunch of other artists for like a special event or something. Most of the time, the series that I'm working on, the people within that series are the ones who do a lot of the work, whether it be artwork, voicing, or editing and writing. But most of the time, I do everything on my own. I think Gator Boys is the only series so far that I have that's like a small team effort. Uh, but again, when more people are involved in the story, the longer it takes to like complete said story. Is what I've learned. Once you have more than one or two people, it takes a little bit longer because you're one communicating between both, making sure all the edits look correct, make sure everybody's on the same page, they know what's going on, and so forth. So like the more people you have, the harder it is to kind of choreograph like the everything. So it's why I try to avoid like super complex audios, but at the same time I can't resist. Like the more people you have, the more immersive it is. Super fun. All right. Next question. I still can't read. Um, the question I've been waiting for. Okay. How did you come up with your persona slash alias Obsidian Lantern? And then around the same area, I'm kind of squishing. Where did you get the inspiration for Obi's design? The question is kind of like a little bit below it, but yeah, just to kind of like kill two birds with one stone is what they call it. Poor bird. Um, okay, so oh god, I feel really weird revealing this. Okay, so Obsidian's original design was based off a Minecraft character. Because when I was younger, I played a lot of Minecraft. I still play a lot of Minecraft on occasion. Um, I created a character called Obsidian. Yeah, Obsidian Lantern, and he um he was based off an Enderman. So like a villager and Enderman like did something, and then like that's how Obsidian Lantern came to be. So originally he was based off an Enderman, and then I decided to open up like an account on YouTube. It was this, believe it or not, was supposed to be an alt account. Like this was supposed to be some edgy kid like making comments or whatnot, or to like, because I was curious about the ASMR community, at least the story telling part of it. I'm like, I want to dive in there, but I didn't want to use my regular account because just in case I said something stupid or I decided to dive too deep and then there was too much drama, I can always just delete the account and I'll be done. That did not happen. Like Obsidian Lantern on its own is a very edgy name, so I'm like, let me come up with the edgiest thing ever. So I'm like, oh yeah, the Minecraft character that I have, I'll just use that. Nobody will know. Nobody knows still, but oh my god. It was supposed to be, yeah, just like this edgy character, like that. Again, I wasn't gonna care too much about. And then I joined the community, and then I joined the Discord, and then I started making like fan works of some stuff, and and then I drew the character like more humanoid instead of as a Minecraft character. And then I'm just like, okay, I can't tell people that he's like a Minecraft character. That I don't want to do that to myself. What if he's an alien? Yeah, that's why he looks like this. He's an alien. No, he's not an alien. He is, but he was experimented on, and that's why he looks like this. Yeah, let's go with that edgy story. So I did, and that's and like in all honesty, the reason why I'm here, the reason why all of this is happening, is because I made friends, which was my number one rule. Don't make friends. That way, if something happens, you can delete the account and you'll have no affiliation with anybody. You won't have any attachments. You won't have any feelings. It'll be delete, done, move on to the next alt account, whatever. That didn't happen. I made some of my closest friends on this platform, on this in this community, just randomly, like, just met a couple of people. I did like a little collab, like on Siren Sun's like Discord, and then I met some really good people there. And then I'm like, I'm just gonna be this anonymous person, and then like like a year and a half later, I meet them in Vegas. Like it's this is supposed to be like an alt account. Obsidian Lantern was a Minecraft character. Um, and all because I broke the number one rule: don't make friends. And then I made friends, and now we're here. So I guess for all those people out there who are just like, oh, I'm gonna be a loner, that don't work. Like sometimes like the randomest things happen that you're like, this is gonna be trash. That little piece of trash becomes probably your greatest treasure. Um, I never knew I was gonna be here. I never knew I was gonna do this. I never knew I was gonna have this fan base. All because of a Minecraft character. Oh my god. All because of an alt account. And now this alt account, like, and all like, I have to report this in my taxes. Like, because like after a while, like in YouTube, when you actually start making like proper income, you have to start filing like your taxes and stuff. And the fact that this is in my taxes, oh my god! Like it's official when you have to file taxes under it. Actually, no, I have to file it under a different name because you have like a nickname sometimes when you file. Like you have your real name, and then you have like the nickname alias in there, and as the alias name, um I put my I put Oberon Zedeas, which is the character's it's the character's biological name, so his name is Oberon, and his family name is Zedeas. So I put that, and then when the lady was like, "Oh, who's Oberon?" and I'm like, "That's my alias on YouTube." Obi is in my taxes. I'm sorry, guys. I'm realizing this now. Like, what? What? The world we live in is crazy. YouTube is crazy. This platform, this everything is crazy. Oh, I can't stop smiling. And oh god, I don't like smiling with the like this. The smile on my model is okay, but like I got my first subscriber. It works. Why did I get so excited? Wait, who subscribed? Um, Thank you for subscribing, person. I got too excited, and I think I need to increase that box because it's too small. Like, I can't read that. Okay. Thank you for subscribing, said person who popped up in the screen. Okay, I do have a little bit of lag, so your name will pop up again. Don't worry. Uh, yeah, I can't. I still can't read that. No, it's too small. Yeah, I have to make that larger. Yeah. I'm glad that works. Okay, next question. Ooh, I went on a rant there. All right. When you first started drawing, when did you first start drawing, and how proud are you of how far you've gotten? Again, I don't remember when I started drawing. I was like a wee lad. Um, but how proud I am of said and how far I've gotten. I'm actually pretty proud of myself. Sometimes I impress myself with some of those things I do. And that does sound kind of like, oh yeah, you're like, there's a word for that, but like, sometimes everybody goes through this as an artist. Like, there are moments in time when you're drawing something, and then you step back and you're like, wow, I just did that. Like, you pull it off. Like, I call it level ups as an artist, because you level up as an artist as you're practicing. And there are moments where you kind of have like a little bit of a breakthrough in your skill set. And when you step back and you look at your current piece and how far you've gotten, you're like, whoa, I did that. There are moments like that, and I cherish those moments when I'm really proud of my work, because it a lot of times with as artists, you're never really happy with your work because over time, you can always do something better. You're always improving. It's the curse of an artist. You're always improving with your craft, no matter what. So when you reach a moment when you surpass that cap that you might have, like you're not getting anywhere, and all of a sudden, boom, you break it, and you're just like, oh my god, I did it. Um, you impress yourself, and that's really good for your self-esteem, your motivation, for yourself in general. Like reflecting on that and seeing how much you've improved over the years is really good. It might take longer for most, but when it does happen, do cherish it. Next question. Oh my god, it's so lovey-dovey. Um, all right. Okay, what's our time frame? Okay, it's 11:20. We got time. We're good. We're good. The house is still quiet. We're doing good. Hershey, you doing good? Yeah, he's doing good. Oh my goodness, that was a loud sip. I'm sorry. All right, next question. Da, 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 da. I can't read, and I have glasses too. My character has glasses, and I still can't read. Okay, these are not reading glasses. These are glasses so that, like, when I'm looking at the screen, my eyes don't disintegrate with the blue light. I can take them off actually. Wait, what's the hotkey for that? There we go. So yeah, I can actually take off my glasses. And believe it or not, the reason why I took off the glasses, the reason why I gave my character glasses was because after drawing OB this way, I realized how jarring his eyes are. Like they're actually pretty scary, like concept-wise. To have like everything almost black, like a really dark purple, and then like just purple eyes, like the same color as my hair, it is scary to kind of like look at. Like yeah, it's pretty cool, but when you look at the glasses, and I tried that whole like glare thing, and I actually pulled it off. I'm like, oh, that looks so pretty. That looks so cool. Like you actually see the glare in there and everything. I was so proud of myself. I'm like, I'm never taking these off. But yeah, I can take them on, off. I can take them off. I'm gonna put them on, and I can also take off the jacket. There you go. I can take off the jacket. And yeah, you can kind of see Obi's marks. Oh, damn, Obi's built like a freaking tank. Unlike me, like I have like noodle arms right now. Man, I wish I was as fit as I was like back in high school. Like, damn, I can run laps. That was like almost as fast as like professional, like the athletes there. They're like, oh, you should become a runner, and I'm there on the floor gasping for air, like about to throw up, and I'm just like, no, I'm good. I'm just doing this for extra credit. But I was fit back then, and now I'm lazy, little couch potato. Nah. And no, I'm not stripping. I can't take off the shirt. Okay, technically I can. But I don't have it set up because I have an issue with the model. For some reason, the transparency on the shirt, there's a glitch. So every time I move around, you would see parts of the shirt phasing in and out of reality, and that ain't fun. That don't look good. So I have to turn it off and figure out why that's happening. I figured out how to do the jacket. There was a bit of phasing, but I figured it out. And now I forgot. So now I have to figure out how to how to fix the shirt because like you can't take off the shirt off the model because I'm obsessed with drawing abs. Like of course I would draw abs on this character and have the ability to take off his shirt. Why not? Um but sadly like it is malfunctioning so I can't do that. Um Later on I'm thinking of having it so that you can actually see his marks glow. So that would be pretty cool. I'm going to keep the sweater off for now. It's actually kind of warm. All right. Next question. Oh yeah. Love every single character we've gotten to meet. I wonder if you're going to keep creating new characters. And what or who is going to be introduced next? P.S. When is the next Gator Boy audio series coming out? Man, I wish I knew, cause like, when you have so many like VAs and then all of a sudden life gets in the way, you have to kind of respect their space. So, sadly, when it comes to Gator Boys, I can't give you an exact date right now. Like with the Q&A reminding me, like I'm probably gonna go back ask everybody how they're doing and see what lines we need to collect so we can start working on the next one. But for now, Sadly, I don't got a date. All right. My voice is cracking so bad. And the thing is, like, all I have next to me is coffee, which is not good for like when you're talking a lot. I don't talk this much in all honesty, so. Ooh. Okay. New characters. That depends on the wheel. If the wheel chooses a completely new and foreign topic, I'll probably create a new character. But I like having a set amount, finishing their stories and then moving on with the next. That way, I don't have to keep track of so many characters and their backstories. Because I know I'm gonna forget. Like it's me. Um, which audio stories do you like doing the most? Again, I do like making a new home. It's one of my favorites. Uh, okay, let me. I'm gonna get close to the camera so I can read. Why is my throat just having a fit? Hey. How do you tell you? There are a lot of Gatorboard questions in here. God damn, guys. Uh, okay, would you consider voice acting for an animated series or video game character? I would love to, but I do not have confidence in this voice of mine. In all honesty, I can say yeah, I'm a pretty good artist, but when it comes to voice acting, I can't say I'm the best. I know like a billion people that are way better than me. That I'm like, why are you looking at me for this for hire? They're I can recommend you somebody better. Like that would be me. I'm sorry. Like I don't. It would be awesome. Like it would be great to like voice in an animation or in a video game. That would be dope. That would be so sick. That would look so good on the resume. Um, but it's just like I don't have the confidence for like that type of role. That responsibility. Like I don't know. Like it's one thing to post like on YouTube and stuff and make your own stuff, but for a company that's known, even like a small indie company, like it maybe a small indie company that's like starting up and they're like it's a whole bunch of friends, maybe. But if it's like a big company, for example, like Riot or something like that, I would die. I would be like, what did I do? Like you're what? What? Next one. Actually, okay, yeah. So yeah, would you ever consider acting for an animated series? I would, but I don't have confidence in myself just yet. Or in any of your series where adapted into a live action film slash series, who would you cast for your actors? Okay, this world is set up not for live action. I'm sorry. This character in real life would be scary. Um, and I don't trust some like I don't know like live adaptations of certain animations like it's cool, but when the characters look so different compared to the norm with some aliens, I don't know. I don't think Obi would look good like super realistic. In all honesty, he would be a little bit scary. Which is kind of the point, but at the same time, I feel like I don't know, like I feel like it wouldn't be justice. Like it's better if he stays like 2D, maybe 3D. Like 3D Obi would be pretty cool. Like how they did with like Final Fantasy VII. Oh my god, that oh my god, that was so beautifully done. Oh my god, the remaster. Oh my god, that was gorgeous. That would be dope. That would be sick. That would be so amazing. Oh my god. Yes. That yes. Live action? Yeah. Okay. How long have you been drawing for and where were what? Hmm. Yeah, this is when my dyslexia starts kicking in after a while. Just gonna have to, get real close. How long have you been drawing for and where? Okay, no, yeah, this question is being answered. Actually, no, wait, there's a little bit of a difference here. Okay, how long have you been drawing? Forever. For, and were there any concepts slash ideas that either you had to scrap and or push aside for your characters due to complexity, difficulty, and slash or just because it didn't fit? Yes. I might do a small like little video of like some of the characters that I've drawn in the past and it just didn't work out. Um, there were a lot of characters that I had to redesign because their concepts didn't fit the lore of the world, or I knew I wasn't going to be able to continue forward. Uh, but yeah, I knew that. What's one character that I guess I had to kind of redesign a little bit? Hmm. I mean, actually, I don't think I have recently had to redesign any of my characters because a lot of them were just on the fly, and then I just kind of fit the world around them. Uh, hmm. I think some of my extras I've actually had to kind of redesign a little bit. So, some of you might know, some of you might not. In the Hearts series, Severa meets, or she has a call, or somebody calls her by the name or the alias Ben. And you might have seen his image. He is like this alienoid creature where part of his face is all like kind of busted and he has like a mechanical eye and everything, and you see like five, six arms in the picture. His character I kind of had to redo a couple of times because originally it was going to be four arms. He was going to be yellow and um, he was going to have like these weird antennas. But then I'm just like, I don't know. He looks like a weird like spider banana monkey, and I'm like, nah. So I changed it completely. He will be appearing a little bit more later in the series, but that's one design that I'm just like, okay, yeah, that don't look good. So I had to redesign him, and now he looks the way he does now. And then I added two more arms because I liked him like my life a living nightmare. But yeah, that's Ben. Sometimes I've changed characters because I can't draw a certain thing. So I remember when drawing Scarlet, I was originally gonna have her with a lot of like augments and stuff, but then at that time I was just struggling so much when it came to like augments and stuff, so like I just scrapped that completely. But yeah, it's kind of like yeah, when it comes like to augments and stuff, it's similar to how like some people can't draw hands, so they hide it behind like their arms or like put them in their pockets, or they don't include it in the image at all. Which is probably why AI sucks at drawing hands. Well, that and some number problems. Because all of us suck at drawing hands, which is why it all looks weird. That'd be kind of funny. The reason why AI can't draw hands is because we can't draw hands, and since AI is based off the stuff that we draw and images and stuff, it's why it looks funky. That would be funny. But no, it's because of a coding issue. It just can't recognize like the complexity of digits, which is why it looks weird. It also has trouble drawing guns. Like if you type in into AI like person holding a gun, bruh, you're gonna end up with some really weird images. Especially if it's like a free AI program, you're gonna end up with like a ball of like again spaghetti because like it loves spaghetti. AI loves spaghetti. So a fist of spaghetti, very thick noodles. Talk about like udon thick. Holding like a textured box, like a remote control. Um, and that's your gun, and it's gonna be melded into your spaghetti hand, and then that's your person holding a gun. Oh my god. But yeah. So yeah, I've had to kind of like scrap some characters due to complexity or just because they didn't fit. Next question is, how did you start on becoming an ASMR artist? Do you have any tips for upcoming slash beginner VAs slash ASM artists? Hmm. Okay, I did this out of curiosity. I wasn't gonna be doing a lot of like the ASMR, whispering comfort audios where like I sit with you and sleep in the rain. Nah, I'm just like I want to do stories, audio stories. Like I want action. I want to feel like I'm going on an adventure. And take you guys on that adventure. It's nice. Include other people. Um, Tips and tricks, I don't have too much. Start small, start simple. Um, don't think of going big, like on the fly. Think of it as just something fun to do. This is again a hobby for me. This is not like my full income. Currently now I'm putting more dedication into it because I do want to kind of pursue this um and kind of further myself within like this community because it's grown a lot and impressively. And I am making a pretty good amount of income surprisingly off this. So I'm like, you know what? Let me actually put more dedication, more time into this. And I have, and it's doing pretty good. But I still want to put as much love and care into it as I did during the beginning. I don't want this to be a business because then it's just gonna fly because I'm gonna be following all of the same medias, all the same tropes. I have to follow analytics. Everything's gonna be the same. Everything's gonna be cringy. No, I still want this to be something that I like to do, and it's if I like it and then you guys happen to like it, then it's a win-win. Then I know I'm doing something good. Um, so beginner, do it for fun. Try it out, see if it works. Don't be afraid to kind of be like, hey, check this out, look what I made. Because if you don't say anything, nobody's gonna notice you. You got to put your name out there. You gotta say like, hey, look what I did. Join some Discord groups. A lot of them usually have self promotes. Put your name out there. I don't want to say like become an advertisement, but if the more people that see your stuff, the more feedback you get. And feedback is always good. Whether it be kind of harsh or something like, oh, you know, you're a little bit too quiet, or like there's too much noise in the background. Feedback is always good. Um, but yeah, don't be afraid to ask for help. Look at tutorials how to use your audio equipment. Get a good microphone. Please get a good microphone. Don't end up like in my situation where right now it sounds like absolute butt because you planned differently and you had to get a different microphone for this setup because your professional one doesn't want to work on this, so it sounds like butt. Save up for a good microphone. Right now I have this is a blue Yeti. Yeah, like it's a good beginner microphone. I'm not saying it's beginner friendly when it comes to cost because some people are like, oh yeah, good microphone. Technically, in the industry, is within like the $500 $300 range apparently for like a good microphone. It's like, all right, you know, you got a good microphone, I can work with that, you know. But like Sennheiser and stuff. Oh my god. But this one I think it's going for like 120, 150 depending on where you live, and sales. If you want something a bit more economical, that's really good. That I started off with. I started with Snowball, which is same thing from the company Blue, and it goes for around like 40 something dollars, 50 depending on inflation and stuff like that and where you live. This is U.S. by the way, U.S. 45 or 49. Yeah, so it's yeah. Because if your microphone is too crappy, you won't be able to control certain things like gain, which is how much noise it picks up around you, how sensitive it is, and such. So you want those settings included so you can control the atmosphere around you. And then the audio programs, again, I started off with Audacity. I'm still using Audacity. It works, it gets the job done. And you get to learn the vocabulary within those audio programs because a lot of them kind of carry over. Like all the basic stuff, EQ and stuff like that. Again, your gain. You start learning those things as you go, and then over time you just slowly improve your equipment, your programs and stuff, and your skills also kind of like improve as you practice. But start for fun is my best recommendation. Start for fun. Um, how do you come up with characters, storylines, and concepts? I don't know, like sometimes I just find something really cool and I'm just like, what if I change this? And then I do that, and then I change more of it, and then I just continue manipulating it until it looks nothing like the original idea. And that's kind of how it turned like these characters. Also, I like working with tropes sometimes because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I've seen Cinderella 100 times. But why is it that that's so popular? Because everybody, it's something familiar. You work with something familiar and then tweak it around. People get interested because it's something that they are familiar with, but there's something different. They want to know what changed. So that's why tropes are just kind of like so good. to kind of like start off with or to work with. And it's also fun to play around and experiment with them and see how you can change it to make it your own. So that's good too. Next question. I got lost. Yeah, when I get this close, it's because I'm trying to read. The letters are a little bit small. Oh my god, my Rebel Spy series. I completely forgot about him. Oh my god, I'm a terrible person. And that's actually a really important story. Like, okay, a heads up. The Rebel Spy series is my first official, like, ex-listener story. Not X as in, like, sexy type. I'm talking about, like, listener and then said character that I'm playing. Like, that was my first ever audio where I have a listener included. And that one I think I did during the beginning of 2001. It was in my recap somewhere. But yeah, that one, oh my god, that's such a special story to me. I don't know why I completely forgot about him. I, you know what? If anything, that's gonna be my next audio. That's gonna be my next audio that I'm gonna work on. My next audio is going to be part three. Yeah, part three of Rebel Spy. Yeah, that's next. No, wait, yeah, is it part three? Yeah, it's part three. Yep, that's gonna be. Okay, yeah, love your trap with Rebel Spy series. That was based off a trope of like a locker. So like in a lot of the tropes, you're trapped in a confined space with the listener, or the listener is trapped in a confined space with said characters. And throughout the entire series, the challenge that I have for myself is that in one way, shape, or form, in every single audio, you are stuck in a somewhat confined space with one of my characters, or in this case, what is it, Navid? No, it's not Navid. Navid is his brother. Sohail. His name is no wait no. Sohail is his brother. Navid is his name. So the character that I'm playing is Navid. Sohail is played by Nomad. So yeah. Da, da, da. Oh, that's how you discovered me. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay. Oh, you are a sweetheart. But yes, that's gonna be next. Don't worry. You will get your Rebel Spy. You will be next. Alright, next question. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get through all these questions by the end, because like I'm getting close. Like I can probably extend it until like maybe 12:30, but we'll see. This was an answer before. What made you want to do audios? Curiosity. Other people are doing it. I wanted to try it, see if I can do just as good or better. Who knows? A lot of the time, like people do things because like, oh, I can do it better than him, and then that's how you start. And then you're just like, okay, I can't tell anybody that. That's the reason why I started. A little part of me was like, I think I can probably do better. And that sounds so selfish and so like, there's a word that I keep forgetting, but one of the reasons why I did also attempted to do audio stories was because I wanted to play with sound effects. I wanted to see how well I can integrate it with my voice or with voices in general. So I'm just like, okay, let me see if I can actually do this, and I think I'm doing pretty okay. I've gotten some good feedback on my sound effects. Yeah. All right, next question. Do you plan on implementing the listener in your main story? Okay, my main series, like as like a canon thing, probably not. That one's gonna be mainly just the characters that are surrounded. I will have side stories where my characters meet the listener or a listener, but it's not gonna be like a detrimental type of like, oh yeah, the listener's not here, like the story can't move forward. Nah, at least not with making a new home. Um, Next one is oh, we got a fan that's paying attention. Um, Uh, yeah, with the special episode, yeah, there's gonna be to actually and okay to say the entire question. Do you plan on implementing a listener into your main series with a special episode or something like that? Technically, yes, but again, it's not going to be the main plot point. And then the second question is, what is the meaning of the bracelets that some of your characters have? Okay. Um. Ooh. Okay. So, uh, when I was younger, I started learning how to make friendship bracelets. Like with the strings, you would kind of like tie them up and you would kind of like create this little strand of a pattern with the strings. And the friendship bracelets used to make them like middle school and stuff. I still make them. And most of the time, I only make them for very close friends. Um, and with a lot of my characters, I wanted something that kind of tied them together. So a lot of them, not all of them, because again, it was something that I started implementing recently, have a bracelet on them. At one point or another in the story, they have a bracelet on them. And that is meant to represent the friendship between the character and the listener to a certain degree. Or a friendship that that character has with another character. Um, if you saw like the starting soon image, you're going to see that my character does have a bracelet and it's in blue. Actually, this character has a bracelet right now. Wait, let me see if I can move the model a little bit. This is going to be risky. Okay. I'm shrinking. Okay. And also you get a preview of like what the character looks like a little bit. I'm a little bit like self-conscious because again he's in the works. Also, I apologize for the microphone. I can't remove it. Okay, I can leave that there. Okay. Um. So yeah. So technically, I'm sorry. I'm closing up on my crotch. It's not because of that. Okay. So as you can see there, I do have a bracelet on, and that one is for me. And then the little blue one on top. Technically, Noah also has a bracelet that's blue, which I made him. And then he has the remnants, and so the string on top are the remnants of his bracelet. Because usually when you have the string, it's a little bit too long. So what's left of that bracelet, I make it and put it on myself, on top of my bracelet. And then when I'm making mines, technically I'm supposed to give the remnants of mines to him. But I only ever do that for very special occasions. Usually only if I really like somebody. I have done this before, but I not as of recently. Um, but with friends and stuff like that, very close friends, I usually make them a friendship bracelet. Um, because again, when I'm making them, you're always thinking about that person in the process of making them, which is why it's not something I could never like sell when I was younger. Like I could never do it. I could never sell them. Because I put too much heart into it. So I'm like, it would be cool to have that concept with all my characters. So that being that representation between the listener and my character being that bracelet, the friendship. So, my vampire boy Sky, he has one. Obviously, my bully has one. I have one. Noah has one. Some of like my commission characters that I have from close friends, they also have some. If you look at the Merc series that M and Day are part of. They're the ones that are helping me with correction. They're the ones part group wise who also started Gator Boys. Their Mer characters have the bracelets on, which is really sweet because I did make them as a gift when I met them for the first time. So it's cool that they kind of like integrated that into their character. So it's so sweet. If you look at Mage's character, his main series of oh my goodness, did I forget the name of his main series? Oh my god, I'm such a terrible friend. His main series. Oh my god, he's gonna kill me. No correction, he's not gonna kill me. He's gonna be like, it's gonna be okay. You forgot. M and Day are gonna kill me. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, his main character has a bracelet. And the reason why I gave that to him is because when he told me that that was his main series, like his baby, like the one that he's been working on like for years, and he's finally implementing it into like an audio story. I'm like, okay, this is a special character. I can't just like do whatever. So I actually gave him in his design. He has that friendship bracelet, representing kind of like that. It's kind of like that love you have with your stories, especially like your main series stories. So that's why I gave it to him. Timmy and Bodhi also have a similar bracelet, and I am going to be giving one to Marco. And wait, did I give it to him? If I didn't, then it's probably on his waist because he doesn't want it to get damaged or lost. Now, technically, if it gets lost or if it breaks, I just make a new one. But probably in his case, the reason why he doesn't wear it all the time is because he doesn't want to lose it. It's just kind of like a cute, yeah. That's something but yeah, that's concepts that I'm integrating later. But yeah. But yeah, a lot of my characters have that bracelet for that reason. But yeah. Should I continue with this? Yeah, I'll close up. Back to close up. I should know. I should give you a preview of what the model actually looks like because you guys only seen like the top half and like up to my crotch. Okay. Alright, so this is a little bit weird, but yeah, this is what my entire character looks like. With the sweater that can come on and off. There is a little bit of juggle physics here and there. The little tassel thing kind of moves. There's a bit of movement in the clothes, but not that much. I mainly focus on the head, the shoulders and stuff, but it's not like super like jiggly. I don't know why. I never liked it when a character was so jiggly that like they look like like Jenga, like Jello. When you're moving them around, because then it just becomes too distracting. Because all you see is jiggle. You don't see the character. You can't appreciate the work they put in there. So the more realistic like the physics are in a character, the more appreciation I have for it. But yeah. How close can I get? You're really close. You can see all my mistakes. Hello there. Yeah, now you can actually see like how awkward like the mouth movement is. It's weird. There's like an outline on my ears. There's that little dot on my hair that like I forgot to erase. And also, the thing I hate the most about this that I still haven't figured out how to fix is a bit of a clipping thing that happens with the shirt that I'm wearing. If I go like this, you can see it. See there? Yeah, that right there. I don't know why I can't remove it. It's there forever. Now I think because I've also found some breakthroughs with this model. If I keep that there, that one mistake right there, everything else will go smoothly in the model. Or maybe if I fix it, then I fix the rest of the model and everything is perfect. Who knows? But yeah, that's me fantasizing. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my DMs right now. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, this stream has been going for a while now. Okay, let me look back at my analytics. What is happening here? Okay, let's see how many more questions I can get before 12. Also, hi Day, hi and hi all my friends. Okay. Yeah, I love noodles. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. Because I can only have so many windows open when I'm in here. So make sure I'm centered properly. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows open right now. I have 2 screens, but I need them at a certain size so I can actually read stuff. So I'm sorry if I'm a little bit like or slow to respond to some of the DMs, or like chat in general, like because there is a bit of lag. So when I see the questions, like a couple of seconds later is when you kind of get that response. So yeah, okay. Let me start like scanning through like some of these questions. When are we getting more Merfolk and Vampire? Hopefully soon, depending on the wheel. Um, Am I going to be posting any more bloopers? Probably. Right now I'm collecting said bloopers. They don't happen often. Well, they do. I make a lot of mistakes. I make so many mistakes. But only some of them are like really funny. Like when Hershey likes to bark in the background. And there's one where like I have an effect in the microphone where it sounds like we're in a hallway. Um, so like I put the filter over it, but while I was kind of cleaning it up, I forgot to exclude that little part with Hershey in it. So I'm saying something really serious, and then you just hear him going, woof, like in the background, like really quietly, because he hears thunder or like somebody in the background. And I'm like, Hershey, no. And you just hear him like really silent for a little bit, and then he just goes woof again. And you can kind of like, you can hear it echo in the background like he's actually in the hallway. It's kind of funny. Like if I have enough clips with Hershey in them, like just distracting me, I'll probably do one just with Hershey in it. Um, how would you describe each of your characters connecting with the OC at this point of the story? Which OC are you referring to? Because, like, technically all of them are OCs. Original character, yeah. No. I don't know. That was a bit of a I feel like an unfinished question. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. Are you planning on making more blah blah blah? Are you planning to make more mythological creatures slash characters in the future? If so, which ones? I'm thinking of doing an elf boy. Yeah. I think that's on the wheel. Injured elf boy. That's one of the tropes. So he's probably going to be next. Yeah. Next question. Who was slash is your biggest inspiration from the audio roleplay community? Oh my god, I don't want to choose favoritism or anything like that, but should I say it out loud? Hmm. I mean, okay, all of you already know. Kawayama VA has been a pretty big inspiration for at least making a new home. When it came to sci-fi, when I was wandering around like finding all these artists, all these VAs, when I ran into his sci-fi series, I'm like, wait, I can actually do that, and that's what actually inspired like the more technical side of like the sci-fi part of like making a new home. Because originally it was just gonna be like two assassins find like a planet that looks like Earth, and they just live life to life. Like you're just gonna see them in the house. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I can actually expand further and actually introduce other people. So I'm like, okay, let me do that. So he was an inspiration for that. Then when it came to like again the Gator series, that was inspired off Siren Sun's stuff, because I also ran into him and I saw a lot of the stuff that he was making was more of his own characters. So I'm like, okay, that was actually doing really well. Let me try to do that too. So I'm like, okay, and then that worked out pretty well. And then we did a fan series off of his universe, and that blew up. So that's doing amazing. Thank you, Siren. Um, and then when it comes to like all the other VAs that I listen to, it's not inspiration of exactly like world building. It's more of just like how they created their ambience. Um, is what impressed me with some of the VAs. Um, I think actually, believe it or not, I actually was in a call with them recently. Let me see if I can find them. Where are all my subscribers? Alright, who am I subscribed to? Um, where is that boy? Like I've never like met him, but like pretty good guy. Pebbles is also a good like inspiration. You know, like his stories and stuff. Like the drama that he has in some of his stories. Oh my god! Like he was a pretty good inspiration. Um, uh, Desmond, like also really good. I was super happy to like ask him to play one of my characters in my main series. That was awesome. Also, really good storytelling. Really good storytelling. That was actually pretty impressive. I hope I'm saying this correctly. Zisaku VA, absolutely amazing ambience, amazing voice actor. Oh my god, I love his ambience so much. Like I wanna strive to that. Same thing with Kabu. Amazing ambience, super balanced. Um, Icy also was inspired off his like amazing voice. Oh my god. I loved his stories and like a lot of like the drama series that he had. Um, what was another one that I know that I hopped into every so often? Um, Redacted has also some pretty good drama. Um, those are also like other inspirations that I've kind of had here and there. But like those are just some that I've had, and over the years, like again, like this list is slowly growing. With different VAs. I don't want to list all of them. That's too long of a list. But like everybody kind of gives me a bit of inspiration. But those were some of the first that I ran into, and I'm like, you know what? Let me actually try it out because if these people can do it, maybe I can. And then when I actually asked and commissioned some of these people, I was like the biggest nervous wreck. Oh my god. But yeah. All right, next question. And then I'm probably gonna start wrapping it up because I already hear people and my god, the mumbling. Oh my god. But yeah, I already hear people entering my house, so I have to kind of maybe wrap this up. Actually, yeah, I might have to wrap this up. uh, what is your planning process for episode scripts? I have no planning. I sometimes just do it on the fly. When I used to work like retail and stuff, um, sometimes I'd have like a piece of paper, a random idea would pop up in my head, and I just start writing stuff down, and then that would be my script for later on. Sometimes I have like random bursts of like inspiration, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, that's gonna be an audio. Uh, I can't say I've ever been like oh like right there like oh yeah today I'm going to be doing episode 2 and 3 of said audio, and then tomorrow I'm going to be working on episode 4 and 5, and then I'm going to go backtrack and then do something else. Nah, it's just like what do I feel like doing today? Am I going to draw or am I going to write? I don't know. I'm just going to talk into this mic for a couple of hours and just let it do its thing. Let's see what happens. But usually it's a chaotic mess. Like I already have a whole bunch of like episodes already like written out. Um, but when it comes to the planning process, it's like I have like a bullet points that I have to kind of like more or less figure out, and then those are also like subject to change. So yeah, it's random. How did you get into voice acting, and how would I start? I started out of curiosity, guys. Again, um, how I got into voice acting, I don't like. Okay, I don't consider myself a voice actor, but technically I am, or like based off the platform and what I'm doing now. I'm pretending to be a character. I'm acting out a different person, personification, so forth. Therefore, I am voice acting because I'm using my voice to personify said characters. But I don't consider myself a professional. Hire somebody else. Um, not me. I can draw. I'm not the best at voice acting. Um, what was your inspiration for making your character skin color like it is, and not an actual skin color, like something traditional? Again, this character was based off a Minecraft character. No, yeah, Endermen are completely black, but I knew I couldn't make him like so dark you couldn't see like his line work. So I did lighten him up a little bit, like a lot a bit. Um, but yeah, this is to give you a little bit of lore on the character and why their skin is like this. It's for stealth purposes. A lot of places throughout space, most of the time, you're going to be doing your sneaking at night. Very rarely do you do it during the day. Um, Most of space is kind of dark. Ships are kind of dark. There's a lot of darkness in space. So technically, you want something with darker skin. Yeah, you can have like a morph suit, but like if you're just walking around, you want to be part of the shadows. Therefore, they made everybody into shadows. There was just a bit of a weird drawback when it came to the synthesizing of the actual serum. For some reason, a lot of the people who came out, like at the end, like they were finished, like the serum was done cultivating, not cultivating. What's it called? It was done sitting in there, like you were done processing. Um, Ended up with fluorescent accents, so their hair most of the time, their nails, certain markings that they have in their eyes would be fluorescent. In Obi's case, since he did have marks at birth, a lot of those marks kind of like obviously cleaned themselves up and they became bioluminescent. Same thing with the hair. Depending on power, ability, and emotions, they glow. Um, and such. And they're like, this is actually pretty good, like, trademark, just all the Cerulean soldiers being like dark skinned with like fluorescent accents. Let's just keep that. And we just teach them to control it so that they can turn it on and off. So yes, we can turn it on we can turn on and off our fluorescence at will to a certain degree. Um But yeah, pretty much. So that's why we're dark skin is mainly for stealth. We still wear a lot of black in general, but if we had to take everything off, we'd be fine. We'd still hide pretty well. Next question, and let me see how many questions I have left. Oh my god, so many questions. They're still loading. Oh my god. Let me see if I can speedrun this. If you had to live in one of your AUs, which one would you choose? Well, probably this one because the universe is a little bit bigger and also includes all of my universes, so technically this one. If it was going to be super specific, like one of my Earth ones, uh, hmm, probably Merfolk. That would be pretty cool. Which character would you say you're most alike? Obviously Obi. If you had a different type of channel, what would it be? It would probably be strictly art. Like it would be me drawing, doing speed paints, character designs, concept art, maybe some animations, because I'm trying that. I went to school for it, but they didn't teach me anything. So maybe that. How'd this guy and the listener meet? And where can we post fan art? Again, email. I'll be posting a little bit later, but you can send me fan art there. How did Sky and the listener meet? It was one night. They were just walking around in town, and they met at school. Actually, it was a college class that they were taking. It was a night class. Sky and the listener became friends there. After they graduated, they continued hanging out and stuff. It was like their last year there or something like that. Just like that extra class you need to take. And they kind of became friends there. He said that like yeah, he's mainly a night owl, so he works mostly at night. He's like an on and off friend. But they've been friends for like around like yeah, almost 4 years. 3, 4 years? Yeah. Um, but that's kind of how they met. It was like it was at school, typical drama, and then they just kind of stayed friends. Next one, and this actually might be my last question, just because it's kind of funny. Um, how slow are you willing to go with the burn between Noah and Obi? It's been 20 episodes. How much longer? As long as I want. I like a slow burn. I am a sucker for a slow burn. Um, but don't worry, you're gonna get your ending, your happy ending soon. There's gonna be some stuff. I am speaking, um, as per the future. I already know what happens. Um, but again, yeah, that I'm a sucker for the slow burn, but don't worry. In a couple of episodes, something's gonna happen. Something really spicy is gonna happen. Okay, no, I'm joking. Not that spicy. Oh my god, episode 12. I was daring, but yeah, it's been, yeah. Don't worry. It's soon there will be your happy ending technically. But you know us, we like to torture our characters a little bit longer. You know, it's a guilty pleasure. But yeah, I'm gonna have to start wrapping things up now because I can already hear people in the background. So I'm getting a little bit nervous. I don't want them barging in. That's never fun. But yeah, it was really really fun hanging out with everybody. I'm probably gonna be adding a bit like I'll probably do another like live Q&A one of these days. Maybe later in the future. Once more content has been made and stuff. Um, Another stream of some sort for who knows what. It could be a Q&A, it could be me drawing and you guys joining in. Who knows? But yeah. Again, this is absolutely amazing, very very fun. I'm totally gonna be doing this again. I'll give you updates on the rake. Who knows? Maybe I'll do that too. Thank you all for coming. Like, wow, this is thank you so much for the support. Um, Shout out to all my friends, all my acquaintances, those supporting me, and again, I can't thank you guys enough for this. Like, it's been great. I'm gonna continue doing. I don't know how to say goodbye. uh, but yeah, it's been fun. So hope to see you guys around. Um, as I said before, next update is going to be Rebel Spy. So you'll be seeing him soon. If you want early access previews and stuff, there's always my Patreon. You get a day ahead upload. You get to see my process and how I draw things and the thumbnails and all that stuff before anybody else. And it does help a lot. Like support me financially. Like again, I'm doing this for fun, but over time when the economy likes to screw you over, you gotta make money where it's due. And if I can both make money and also do what I love, that's a win-win for me, you know. And without you guys, I don't think I will be able to like have gotten this far. So again, thank you all so much. Hope to see you in the next one. And yeah, bye bye.